Hi everyone, Arabelle here with Chic Innovator. I would like to introduce you to my next guest, Luis Valenzuela. He is the founder, director, and chief curator of the Miami Shoe Museum, the only shoe museum in the US. This episode of Chic Innovator will take you on a trip to Miami, where Luis takes us on a tour of the Vault, the shoe museum itself, where we talk about style and concepts behind some of fashion's most iconic looks, including the Sarah Jessica Parker a la balloon strappy heel, the Barbie corner, and heels inspired by Picasso, and so much more. Luis is also a visionary artist, an educator, and a cultural innovator. What is this? This is amazing.
Augmented reality, inspired by Alexander McQueen.
That is incredible. I love this. With a background in fashion design, journalism, and art education, he has been curating the museum's collection since 2014. Then, in 2022, he officially established the Miami Shoe Museum and then the MSM Research Center in 2024, both dedicated to preserving and showcasing the history of footwear design. He recently was invited to the 99th edition of MICAM Milano, which is the world's leading international footwear trade show in Milan, Italy, where he introduced Miami Shoe Museum Research Center. The museum also had a feature in MICAM magazine, participated in MICAM X, showcasing their work and the winners of their design challenges. So who's ready to take a trip to Miami? Ready? Here we go. You're watching Chic Innovator. Stay tuned for fascinating topics, fascinating people that have style and are innovative. You're watching Chic Innovator. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It's free. Ok, saludos.
Hola, hola. Bueno,
oye, ¿a dónde estamos? Platícanos.
Mi nombre es Luis Valenzuela, soy el director y fundador del Miami Shoe Museum y estamos en el Research Center. Es la primera etapa del museo que se abre porque de verdad hay mucha necesidad de comenzar a mover la colección. Es una colección de más de 850 piezas desde los 1400 hasta ahora. Y tenemos mucha demanda de gente que quiere comparar lo que es el pasado con el presente para soluciones en el futuro. Entonces,
bueno, tú sabes que esto se llama The Chic Innovator, ¿no? Chic Innovator. Y tú eres un Chic Innovator totalmente.
Oye, qué bueno.
Sí, platícanos cómo creaste esta idea. Platícanos todos los detalles, porque eso es algo muy creativo, muy lindo. Y bueno, para mí que me fascinan los zapatos y la historia muy importante.
Qué lindo que nos conectamos. Bueno, sí, es una pasión que tengo de que nació hace muchos años. Mi madre siempre decía que quería estar en los zapatos de todo el mundo. Y yo, como soy diseñador de moda, periodista y me gusta mucho documentar lo que es la historia, entonces había algo en mí que como que le veía la cara a la persona y los zapatos que tenía puesto cuando mi mamá decía eso. Y fue creando como algo, no sé, como algo, un fetiche psicológico, creo, de querer saber más y más y más sobre esa reacción. Y hace 17 años fui a una antique shop aquí en Miami, donde una amiga tenía un set de un piano con unos zapatos de 1920 encima de los bottom-ups, y cuando vi todo ese set me pareció tan divino como ella presentaba la moda con las antigüedades, pero creo que no sé, le dio como que una intención más allá de lo que yo le dije. Y cuando salí de la tienda me regaló los zapatos y me dijo, yo sé que vas a comenzar algo interesante.
¡Wow!
Ahí comencé
lindo.
a estudiar bien lo que es la costura del calzado.
¿Y de 1900 qué era?
De 1920.
So 1920 were the first shoes.
Yeah, the
That's how
first
it
shoes.
started.
Yeah,
Okay.
from that time, which my size, tenía mi medida.
They were your size.
Yeah, they were my size actually.
They were meant to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I left that store with the shoe in my hands and I started researching, buying books y comencé a comprar poco a poco. Y cuando venía ya 75 pares, me empezó más a la emoción, ¿no?, de saber, y entonces me contactó Art Miami. Yo estaba haciendo el show se llamaba The Art of Fashion aquí en Miami, en el Adrian Art Center, y ellos querían hacer uno de zapatos. Y comenzamos con la idea de hacerlo con mi colección, pero ellos quieren llevarlo a 150 pares.
So hold on. How long did it take you to get 75?
75, that was...
I know it doesn't take
Yeah.
me very long, but
Well, cuando son históricos, you have to like, you know, be trying
Yeah.
to buy, you know.
You're curating.
It's a
You're
curatorial,
curating.
it's a
Right,
curatorial
right.
process. Pero bueno, cuando tenía eso, los 75 me contrataron para hacer este show que tenía que tener 150 pares. Con el budget se buscaron piezas en muchos museos, con coleccionistas privados, y se llegó a hacer la exhibición de 150 pares de zapatos. Con el profit que tuve de este show, compré esa colección y ya comencé a entrar en el networking de lo que es museums.
and that was how
collections.
long ago?
That was in 2014.
14. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, fast forward. Ya dije, bueno, es algo serio. Tuve unos zapatos muy importantes de época en aquel entonces y comencé a hacer más research. Fast forward, hoy día hicimos un show en Puerto Rico también con una parte de la colección porque hay muchas personas que quieren hacer cápsulas de la colección. Y eso es lo que vamos a ver hoy acá en el Research
These are
Center.
capsules.
En el
of the
Research Center
collections.
tenemos el de Shoe Vault,
Okay.
que lo que hace es que every 2 months we change
take
the
a little
part
bit
of the
this.
collection. Yeah.
Like, I love the legs too. It's not
Oh,
just
yeah,
the
it's
shoes, but
daddy.
it's not just the Casey's, but you've got the whole.
Yeah, the whole thing was created,
It's
you know, to be
amazing.
inspired, you know, inspiring people.
Yes, I love it.
So the exhibition that we have right now is Artistic Footsteps. It's the second one in the Shoe Vault. Y comenzamos aquí con
Oh, I love these. These are beautiful.
Because
we're in the middle of Art Basel.
yeah,
too,
exactly.
right?
Miu Miu, Schiaparelli, and here you will see.
Ooh, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, the 85 years anniversary.
Yes.
And what people normally do, they scan the QR code here, and it's a book related to the whole collection.
Okay.
And they can walk through the whole thing. So here we have Miss Ship, for example. But I like also when I create the space, me gusta hacerlo bien gráfico, bien que la gente lo entienda sin mucha explicación, ¿no? And it's been great. I mean,
So you don't really need English or Spanish.
No.
You don't need a language because this
it's
is
visual.
a language.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
it's visual.
It's
And with the book,
artistic,
you can
right?
actually go through the whole thing. So, pero es importante, obviamente, obvious, like the reference. Por ejemplo, aquí tenemos un zapato de los 1950 de Rainier que lamentablemente no se puede exhibir.
950.
1950 y es una
1950.
colaboración que hizo Rainier ellos son los que estaban appointed por la reina de Inglaterra y hizo una colaboración con Westwood
These.
de la
Oh, here
porcelana
we go.
y
I
el
see.
tacón es todo de porcelana.
So everything's porcelain?
Yeah, the heel.
The
Only
heel. Oh my goodness.
So that's what I put the reference or the plate
Oh,
right there.
because of the plate. That's
Yeah.
gorgeous. That is so
And they are
beautiful.
all original.
So it's from British, from the
That's
monarch.
British, yeah.
Okay.
Este es Nicholas Kitworth, inspirado en la China, en las boutiques China de la dinastía. The blue ones.
So gorgeous.
Este está inspirado
Chinese
en,
dynasty. Okay.
en Perugia hizo uno de los grandes diseñadores que se conoce desde el comienzo del siglo XX. Hizo este zapato inspirado en el Phantom de la Ópera y aquí Nicholas Kitworth hizo un homenaje a él también.
Phantom
Yeah,
of the
Phantom of the
Opera.
Opera.
Phantom.
This is a graffiti artist that does like writing, and they do a collaboration with United New.
It's gorgeous.
This is the famous Olympia, and she's feminist. So she's trying to say that all the women are hands-on, everything. You see the hands all over the place.
Yes, yes. Which we are.
Yeah, that's true. I admire you. You're my king. So, esta es otra curaduría diferente, pero tiene que ver con los años 50, donde se hacía mucho este tipo de trabajo en
So
el
these are
calzado.
1950s.
yeah.
Okay.
And here's
lindo.
Tokyo Kumagai, famous
Oh,
designer.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
con el carro, que es una de las piezas icónicas también de esa época.
Like the car. Looks just like a little car.
This is Moschino with the taxi. Look at that.
Oh, gorgeous. Love it.
And of
The
course-
little heel is back.
Yeah, yeah. And that, and there you.
And these are all leather, right?
Yeah. And the stitches, I mean, the whole work,
Yes.
the handcraft is fantastic.
You don't see this
This is
anymore.
Margaret Gerard. No.
Or you have to pay a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
money.
small capsule that they're doing. So that one also, that was the one that Jessica Parker showed in the latest
Oh,
movie.
yes.
Yeah, with the globe on top from Loewe.
With the balloon, Jessica Parker.
And again, all the pieces are working masterpieces. That's what we call. So here's Jeremy Scott. And of course the famous Carlitos, choreographer
Love that.
with Fendi. This is Harvey with the animal as well. And it's curatorial, we go to a regular choice con Bambi.
And you have a digital book,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Which is what, when you come in, you're
and
able
you can
to
get it. Yeah.
Okay.
So people would get a gift to go home and start reading more and more and more, or continue
Yes.
reading. This is Gucci. And on the book, you will see the original one is from 1920. It was flames in that time by the Belgian designer. And Gucci just took it as another step as a zebra and put the tail on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Prada with the heel,
Yes.
hand painted, handcrafted. Dolce & Gabbana inspired by Schiaparelli,
Oh, gorgeous.
Surrealism.
Yes, yes. Let's see.
And this is Sophia Wester with the lady boss or boss lady,
Oh, yeah, I see it.
which every woman should have that.
Yes, I want those. If they're gone, you know where they went.
Yeah. And here you will see it's a Prada, and there is a whole video here that explains how they conceptualize the collection inspired by the flower.
Oh my goodness, people have to come and see this.
Yeah,
This is
it is
amazing.
quite a thing. This is the Barbie corner. Those are Jeremy Scott, que hizo los zapatos de Barbie como que estuvieran inflados. Y ven
The
aquí.
Barbie, so these were,
Those are like the Barbie prototype. Y los hicieron como que estuvieran inflados en tamaño natural. Y en la última película de Barbie, Aldo hizo una colaboración con Barbie y sacaron el nuevo.
I have those.
The heel.
They're so fun.
Yeah. So this is also whole Barbie.
Yeah. I'm very Barbie.
Yeah. Bueno, esta es una pieza, otra masterpiece. Esta fue diseñada
qué
originalmente por Perugia en 1950. Luego le dio el acceso al file.
1950. Huh?
1950 was the original.
Okay.
Okay, and after he give it, if you see here, you're gonna see the Charger-Dan brand, because en los 80 le hicieron
See if I can
homenaje
get
a los
this.
30 años de este zapato y está inspirado con el cubismo.
Well,
y
you
con-
have to come and see it in person, people.
Yeah. And it's inspired by Picasso. So it's
Okay.
one of a kind. Ellos hicieron 150 piezas nada más. Esta es la número 28.
Oh my, esta es una de los
Es una de los 150 que se hicieron en homenaje a Perugia.
Wow,
Yes.
one of the 150.
Yeah.
It's number 28 of the original. That's incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my
it's
goodness.
priceless.
This is
And-
priceless and definitely a work of art.
Of course, Andy Warhol was fascinated with that shoe in the 80s, and he did a kind of like what you're seeing on the wall, illustration about inspired by that
I've
shoe.
seen this.
So, and he did a lot of shoe. He was a shoe
Yeah.
holic, like I say. So, continue with the Andy Warhol and the hot pop art. Those shoes belong to Amy Winehouse.
These belong to Amy Winehouse.
Yeah,
This
those
is
are
what
the
you
one
were
that you saw.
talking
Yes,
about.
yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
they were there yesterday,
Yep.
right?
And it's hand painted by Terry Haviland, and he did it for her when she went to Coachella.
Oh.
So again, continue with the same kind of style here. You will see here Nicholas Kirkwood with Keith Herrings, and that's why you see the illustration right here, right there. But also Ferragamo 1927. So you see the black and white, but those are the stitches. And here is Dolce & Gabbana with street art as well, but the luxury street art, that's what I call it.
Yes, yes. And this is Dolce & Gabbana.
This is Dolce & Gabbana. This is Ferragamo, and this is
Ferragamo.
Nicholas Kirkwood
Okay.
with Keith Herrings illustration. Those are Mention Margiela and Converse with a tomato. So,
That's
so
the
this whole
reference
thing about
there with you've got
because
the,
it's about at that time, the 80s, when they were doing a lot of street art and pop art. And here we continue here with 1960s, inspired by Mondrian. Charles Jourdan again in the 80s. And this is anonymous, nobody knew who did it, but it was inspired also by Mondrian. But I bought it because I really love the concept. And I'm trying to good look to see who designed it because it's no brand in there. Oh. But it's fantastic, the design is great. So it is a quite piece.
Very sharp shoe.
You love it.
Yes.
This is Herbert Levine, or Bert Levine for Herbert Levine. It's all hand paint, como petroglifos.
Oh, yes.
Entonces, como ven, todas estas piezas están inspiradas en arte.
Like Egyptian hieroglyphics, that one, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And this is, of course, Yayoi Kusama con Louis Vuitton. Una de las piezas originales. Después entonces vamos aquí con Wizard of Oz, que es el 85 aniversario este año. Y esas son la réplica de, obviamente, los zapatos de Dorothy que hizo.
So an homage to them, right?
Exactly.
And now you got Wicked.
Yeah, yeah. And we end this exhibition with the Coca-Cola, you know.
Oh, those
for
are
you to
cool.
relax.
Yeah.
So now you end the whole thing.
So how do you feel everything's going with this?
Really good. I'm super proud. People like you that are coming and visit and they are excited. And it's not one person that I talk about the museum and they don't have one story to tell about shoes. If they're like if they business, you know, if they have a shoe that they wear when they go to meetings. I had a lawyer that he's a member of the because this is a membership base.
Oh, it is a membership base.
Yes.
Okay.
And the idea is for people to get inspired. So if you're a designer, you can request one shoe per month to get inspired by. And you can actually come sit here and do all your sketches or research with us more about that designer or that time. So it's about history.
What is this? This is amazing.
Augmented reality, inspired by Alexander McQueen. Look at that.
That is incredible. I love this.
Pero tenemos también muchos miembros que no son ni diseñadores, pero les gusta el networking. Entonces hay médicos, hay lawyers. It's crazy what is happening.
Really?
Entonces
But how do they network? How do people network?
Cada 2 meses cambiamos esta exhibición donde están aquí en el Shoe Vault y se hace un día para solamente miembros.
Okay.
Y ellos se congregan aquí y a través de estas historias han salido hasta negocios. O sea, hay un...
No, claro.
Porque,
claro.
bueno, ¿sabes cómo es? Como jugar golf.
Sí, es lindo. Esto es lindo.
Sí, de verdad que es una misión increíble, muy buena y sobre todo también para inspirar a los estudiantes que vengan y se inscriban. Hay unas tarifas especiales para estudiantes, los ayudamos muchísimo a hacer research si quieren sacar su colección o se quieren inspirar en algunos materiales. Estamos trabajando muchísimo también con materiales nuevos. Sustainability is important here. That's why we keep those as art pieces, so they don't end in the trash or the landfill. Y entonces eso también ayuda, es parte inspiradora para los... Y esta comunidad que está aquí en este edificio, estamos en uno de los edificios de Mana Fashion, y aquí hay muchos diseñadores.
Es lo que vi.
Sí, aquí este edificio era de puros lawyers y ahora están insertando diseñadores y ellos aceptaron este proyecto como parte de todo el research que se está haciendo en la zona.
The designers have taken over.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. So, if you'd like to send a message why people should come, give us one sentence why people should come.
History now.
History. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, history's in the making now too, so.
Yeah.
Oye, gracias Luis, me encanta.
Miami Shoe Museum, búsquenlo y apóyenlo.
Gracias.
Thanks for watching Chic Innovator. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It's free.